Blockchain is going to be the infrastructure of financial services. There's no question in my mind on that.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Well,
he made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Interested in the people coming from space, you know?
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they tell you? How much can you tell?
So
how's that work? Is it like super
I
top
think
secret?
I can tell, you know.
Tell me.
Well, based on Hunter Biden, I can say whatever the hell I want, right? But no. But I interviewed a few people. It's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I have never been a believer. I have people that Area 51 or whatever it is. I think it's the number one.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think. And make sure you go join those Patreons. If you're not a part of the Patreons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And when you're listening to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, like. It's free. Share is free. Doesn't cost you a thing. But we have Franklin Templeton let you know the power of blockchain. And blockchain is nothing but an automated ledger. And it's going to record everything the sheep do. The big banks and the big corporations will definitely be on private blockchain. You're not going to see what they're actually doing. We know what they're doing, but you'll never get to see it. And we have Chainlink bringing all these chains together to bring all that data together and hand it over to Swift. And Swift will be able to know you better than you know yourself. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have another movie beginning. Of course, we had Obama speak about aliens. And we had Trump speak about aliens earlier before he even became president on Joe Rogan. Guys, we know it's nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. All this is a distraction, a simulation. And they're dragging the sheep along, right along with these Epstein files. And while the sheep stay distracted, we know the NWO builds. And they're building this fourth industrial revolution brick by brick. Freemasons. And we have Trump on the drums of beating. And he said we'll know something within 10 days, and we know it'll be a whole lot earlier than that since he gave us 10 days. But we know eventually these drums are going to get even louder because this technology is ready, and all they need is that crisis to bring it all in. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have Christine Lagarde, a character in the movie, saying she thought her term was 5 years, not 8. And we know we definitely don't believe that. She knows it's time for her to ride off in the sun because Armageddon is about to happen. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And every day we're getting layoff after layoff. We know consumers are hurting. And we know the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And that solution is that free money. And we know the people are going to beg for it. But little do they know that money is going to be programmable. Being able to tell them what, where, when, and how to buy. And they have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have all the big tech companies coming together in India, holding hands. And all this technology is rising in the emerging markets. India, China, South Africa are about to rise. The BRICS nations. And you don't hear anything from Trump or the United States about these AI companies doing deals without adversaries. You don't hear a thing because it's all about money. Money does not compete. They all working together to bring in this fourth industrial revolution. Only the sheep compete against one another. They're coming together to move this digital economy forward. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, It's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Threat, you couldn't have had peace in the Middle East. So now we may have to take it a step further, or we may not. Maybe we're going to make a deal. You're going to be finding out over the next probably 10 days.
China Select and House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, welcome back to Bloomberg TV and radio. If we could begin first with Iran, because obviously we've seen President Trump authorize the use of force in Iran before in June, after he had said he would decide within 2 weeks. It was 3 days later that Operation Midnight Hammer came down without forewarning to the Gang of Eight or the Intelligence Committee on which you sit. If he decides to move on Iran this time, if there is no deal, do you expect you will be forewarned?
I'm not sure about that. I think their modus operandi is they don't really seem to respect the War Powers Act, and they don't seem to inform Congress before they take these actions, but they must.
So the typical reason people use for prices to go up is some kind of blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, which hurts one country the most, Iran. So I don't think it's going to hurt too much. And we all know, Mr. President, our president has cozied up to most, certainly Saudi Arabia, but a lot of the Middle Eastern producers. We know he can bring that supply on right away. He's showed what he's willing to do to get prices lower by kind of taking over Venezuela. And what really matters for the midterms, lower prices, I think he's going to get it.
I was always under the impression that it was a 5-year term, and I hadn't checked. So having said yes to Macron and Merkel, I said, oh, okay, well, I'll be in Frankfurt for 5 years. And at that point, Macron said, no, for 8 years. But it was too late.
New data shows a growing financial strain on U.S. households is reflected not only in the divide between rich and poor, there's also a widening gap in spending growth between higher income and middle income households, reflecting affordability issues impacting millions of Americans. Sharon Epperson joins us with more.
Thank you, Steve. You know, fewer Americans have a financial buffer these days. New data from the National Foundation for Credit Counseling forecasts that Americans' financial stress will reach an all-time high this quarter. The NFCC forecasts that after returning last quarter to a previous peak, stress will climb to a new historic high in the first quarter of 2026.
Superintelligence, at some point on its development curve, would be capable of doing a better job being the CEO of a major company than any executive, certainly me, or doing better research than our best scientists. For example, we don't yet know how to think about some superintelligence being aligned with dictators in totalitarian countries. We don't know how to think about countries using AI to fight new kinds of war with each other. We don't know how to think about when and whether countries are going to have to think about new forms of social contracts. But we think it's important to have more understanding and society-wide debate before we're all surprised. Of special note, and related to all 3 points, we continue to believe that iterative deployment is a key strategic insight, and that society needs to contend with and use each successive new level of AI capability, have time to integrate it, understand it, and decide how to move forward.
We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots, but that's going to help us.
Robots hold steady hands in the operating room, and drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction.
Maybe crypto is actually built for the machines and we didn't even know it. And AI can easily handle private keys and easily understands transaction hashes and like how all this stuff works. It is money that is built for computers, even before the computers to intelligently handle it were built. So I find that interesting. And, perhaps those of us who were involved in crypto pre-AI were kind of just like getting the ground ready for the AI systems to have a fully developed financial system handed to them for better or worse.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
I think stable coins could reinforce dollar supremacy, because with stable coins could end up being one of the largest buyers of U.S. treasuries or T-bills. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, if you are using a stable coin in Nigeria that's backed by the U.S. dollar, you don't actually have to have dollars. It's on your phone. You can transact.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stable coins, and new payment systems.
The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain, because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
If we could tokenize all our ETFs, all $5.3 trillion of our ETFs, and provide that in a digital wallet, you could seamlessly, without fees, going from a digital currency or a stable coin or whatever that may be in your digital wallet and buy bond or stocks. And I believe that is going to be the future.
I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
It's coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
Cryptoteacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tanya save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tanya save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tanya goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.